happening, guys, and welcome back to Story Time, where we're playing her story, but I'd like to start with a different story. We'd like to start off with this story we're gonna call Depth in Video Games. So if you remember, on our last episode, I left with a promise to organize some of these notes and translate this video that you're seeing on screen right now. One that I pleasantly labeled Morse, because in this video, she taps out Morse code. I'd like to tell you how that went. So, the first thing I did, obviously, was search for an application that could use my microphone to listen to the sound on the screen and translate it to Morse code. To no avail. I found one, didn't work no matter what I did. And there was only one. So apparently that information is difficult to achieve. So, but in the process, I realized, I could just use my audio recording software and record the clip itself. And with audio recording software, there's WAV files. So, I took the audio recording software and I recorded over the tapping sounds, and sure enough, every time her finger hit the table, a peak would appear on my WAV file. So then I went into a manual translator and typed in where her peaks were. What did that give us, you may ask? Well, absolutely nothing. STIS5M5HS. I googled that. It means nothing. I didn't search it on here, but I'm pretty sure it means nothing. And then, when I met my complete desperation, maybe it's not Morse. So in a random Google search, I typed in tapping code to see if there's anything else. Lo and behold, there is a thing called tap code. Not tapping code, tap code. But Google's smart enough to figure out that's what I wanted to see. And apparently, it's a code used by prisoners. Now maybe this is some insight into our little Miss Eve, or not Eve, since she's talking to Eve, Eve's sister, whoever that may be. So I checked the WAV files again, and went against tap code. And guess what? I have something. Let's watch this video again, shall we?
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Right there. Y'all wanna know what she just said? Of the tireless work of the secret code that's going to break open everything, because it requires so much effort to figure out and to dig deep and to enter into the depth of this video game, to go outside of the game and search and find out what the hell she's saying. Love you. Done. I spent 45 minutes, guys and gals, deciphering this, figuring out what it was. It says love you. Depth isn't always a good thing, but I will say this. This game made me engaged for 45 minutes while I wasn't even playing the game. Take it how you want it. Alright, back to the game. Back to the beat. we were going to knock out some of these names on our list. So, as we watch, I keep a list of interesting search terms. I mark them out as we no longer need them. Currently, this list reads wedding, plumber, Adam, Bible, dream, drawn, Portsmouth, I believe she said. I call it Portsmouth, so I know how to spell it. Hannah, Florence, attic, divorce, Diane, London. So, we are going to start searching some of these names. The first name on the list is Adam, even though that's not really a name that was said. It didn't show up. Cool. It was just a thing I typed because she had a mention of Adam and Eve. Turns out Eve is what we were looking for, not Adam, but I wanted to be sure. The next name on our list, Hannah. Nothing. Hold up. Hannah is usually spelled differently. I have a niece whose name's Hannah, spelled like that. Ends in an H here. Boom! 18 entries found. Access limited to the first 5 entries. And there's our tapping video. Fantastic. Let's start looking.
My name is Hannah. Hannnah.
Oh, so she's Hannah.
It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from here though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, we get the idea.
Eve's a palindrome too.
Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Oh my god! Wait. Okay, so hang on. I want to show you this. First off, Eve is palindrome. She specifically mentioned her name was a palindrome in one of these videos. I think, was this it?
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality.
No, that's not it.
It's an apple and a snake.
Nope, that's not it. You.
Yeah. We were 17. It was a nice wedding.
Double.
People
It's
said,
happening here too.
Simon looked very similar photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. He's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding. You couldn't tell. But if you looked at the photos, you could. The dress was beautiful. The dress was Princess Diana's. It looked like Princess Diana's. The training wasn't quite as long though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
So, Eve's a palindrome, and so is Hannah, and they're both talking about it. But the most important thing is, we were talking about twins. This one is Hannah, and this one is Eve. Right?
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Who the fuck is she? So, Hannah, Eve, and Unknown have the tattoo. Like, Eve has the tattoo, Hannah doesn't, but then there's a third. Triplets? Like, I'm gonna watch the rest of the videos, but I'm trying to wrap my head around this. she couldn't be batshit, could she? Because the one we now know is Hannah. She was talking about how she's not twins, and she chuckled at the thought. Like, if we go... I'll come back to Hannah. But if we go twins again... Right? She's Hannah.
Twins?
See?
Really? Are you really asking me that question?
She thinks it's insane, right? Like, that they're not twins. Like, here's the other one. I think it's the same lines. Yeah, she's laughing.
Are you out of your mind?
At the fact that they think they're twins. Could it be triplets? Did I misspell that? Is there one T? Two P's? Look, guys, I'm horrible at spelling. Two P's and two T's? Nope, cool. Three. Oh man, we've got some stuff here. Okay, hang on. We said we're gonna go back to Hannah. And we will. But 3 is definitely going on our list, and it's going to be the next thing we search. Right? Especially looking for anything to do with the woman in the scrubs. Because she's the unknown right now. We know Hannah and we know Eve. Now, it leaves the standards. Either we're keeping with the theory and they're triplets, and she's laughing because there's not 2, there's 3 of them. Or she's laughing at the fact that they're not. And that means they're the same person, in case we're dealing with multiple personality disorder. Which is going to be very interesting, right? Like, also, Hannah, in that last video, stated she was married Hannah Smith, right? That means she's Simon's wife. Now, if they're the same person, it stands to reckon that Eve and... Is this the one where she's talking about the wedding? Did she attend?
We were 17.
Okay.
It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos.
See?
His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them.
So she
was what
married
they called a shotgun wedding.
to Simon.
But if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
So, right? So, this adds continuity to the fact they're the same person, but even multiple personality disorder, right? Someone with multiple personality syndrome wouldn't associate, both personalities would not associate Simon as their husband. This is right? Like, she is Hannah Smith. And that peaked. That might have been a little loud. Sorry, guys. That means she's Simon Smith's wife. She is... Oh my, there's another thing there. Oh boy, we're gonna click on that, right? So, sorry guys. This is just, it's so weird. Now we're gonna click this. What the hell is this? Ooh, wow. Refresh. Interesting. So that's how much of the database we've checked. Ooh, wow. Okay.
Yes. My name is Hannah Smith.
It's a polygraph.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Why is she sorry? Okay, she's taking a polygraph. I just wrote down polygraph.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence.
Hey, Florence, that's one of our names.
When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time.
So this is Eve.
The midwife was there to help.
She
I'd been
mentioned this story
throttled by the
before.
cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah.
Okay.
The
So they were
midwife
twins.
told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't.
Oh.
She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Diary. See. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if y'all saw that look in her eye. Either, it's the actress screwing up, or it's the actress doing a good job, and this bitch is crazy. Yeah. We're going with the multiple personality disorder. So I'm thinking Hannah did die. Eve did die. And they're all her. I don't know if Hannah died too, but you, whoever this person is, was talking to both Hannah and Eve. So whoever this is the real person, and this bitch is crazy.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
See? Yeah. We're getting there. Right? Hannah just unlocked a bunch. Right? Because... So this is interesting. Maybe there really was twins when she was born, and maybe one of them was really stillborn, but obviously this child has lost their frigging mind and would even in childhood go up to the attic and play with essentially herself or her imaginary friends. When she got into adulthood, obviously they stuck around. But I think both Hannah and Eve are fake. I think this is the real person. But we'll see. The next thing we're Googling... So we're gonna Google 3. Just cause... Oh man. This is new. Who's in red?
I think when I drove back it was about 8 or something. And I got back to the house about 3.
Okay.
I think so. To get into our garden, we'd have to climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours. Did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder?
So he died in the home. So this is Eve.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I was 3 periods.
Pregnant.
I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both.
See,
I think she was.
why would she be, though? Because she's Hannah Smith. Oh my god. So she was pregnant, and that's going to be our next search.
Like I said before, it was 3.
If we ever get stuck, I'd have a lot of backlogs.
I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. He was dead.
So Eve found him. Oh. Eve found him. Let's see if we can do partial words. Nope. What? No. My hands were totally in the wrong spot. I was looking at my list. Oh man, y'all are watching me spell this horribly. Yay. You know what though? Bet I can spell this one if I don't typo. Nothing. Alright, so polygraph is nothing. We're going to go with diary. Oh yeah, a bunch of new videos here.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing.
Lady in the
One.
blue.
Well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl,
It's Hannah.
helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, this gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
See, everyone's on the same page. See, the game even knows. That's some serious shit right there, right? Like,
Florence was a warm, kind person.
we're getting lots on
She was
Florence.
broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had love, children, planned to have a large family. But her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know. When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
Mother.
It was an accident. I had read a diary
Like
at that
hell
point,
it was.
and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Yeah, thought so. See, I get you, game. I'd have done this anyway.
Just became my way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page.
I knew
We had a
it.
list of rules that said what we could
Rules.
and couldn't do in any given situation. It
Rules.
was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. And we would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Oh my god. This bitch is nuts. It is multiple personality disorder. She just admitted that she's fucking, they would take each other's place. Oh my god. We're adding that to session 2. And our next one is rules. Boom. Oh, she looks like she's reading rules. She's
Okay.
nuts.
She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared.
She in a psych ward?
Maybe it was mistaken identity. Did they catch her there? I don't know.
Oh my.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl in our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Carl and Ouija.
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hannah
I'm
was
gonna look
so-
at how to spell that shit up.
I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time. That's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Alright. Right? So, it's starting to take shape, like... Eve is not so in on the loop, but they change places pretty regularly. It seems like Hannah is a little more aware of what's going on. She seems to know that they're multiple personalities. Eve, not so much.
It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird in a way it hadn't been before.
So she was still living into the attic into adulthood. Now, she mentioned a Carl. Hello, Carl. All right. This is definitely Eve. Actually, that's all Eve.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a big band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
So now the curiosity is, when did Hannah lose hers?
No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad.
Us. So they shared him
They help
again.
you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
They were sharing Carl. And I'm going to write down family. Which I spelled wrong, but it'll be alright.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
That does not seem like the end of...
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What?
It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush.
What?
After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
And then Simon was different, right? That's where that whole Simon interview came in. Well, besides being a little morbid, Rules and Carl's are out of the way. The next relevant thing... all new videos.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
There's no tattoo, so this is Hannah. But at the same time, yeah.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days.
So she's
I'm
pregnant
pregnant.
now?
It's morning sickness. No.
What in
You found out on my birthday.
January?
I told
This
you I was
is.
pregnant.
She'd be in the 3rd trimester. Or the 2nd. You know what you guys know what I mean. It's 6 months later. Damn near the 3rd.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower.
Oh my god.
Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince.
Oh my
Mother
god.
Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's
It
already
is
short here,
Rapunzel.
so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
That's what happened. That's what happened. The mother was the witch. Like, we need to search mother.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted.
Let's go.
The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
How is she pregnant? Like, the first interviews are from January. This is June. And she's talking about morning sickness and not showing. Like, and there she is in July, again not showing and not talking about being pregnant. So does this personality, whomever it may be in the red, just assume? Oh man. So after that Rapunzel thing, we have to search mother. 3 new videos.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Right? Okay.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother.
Why weren't you?
She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah.
Sarah.
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a second called name.
She doesn't want us to. Holy crap. Okay. So check this out. Both Eve and Hannah have this fixation. They both mention that their name is spelled the same forwards and backwards. Whoever this is, and I'm pointing with my pen. Let me use my mouse so you can see. Whoever this is doesn't want a symmetrical name. She's the one tapping out messages to the two. She's the one. We need her name. We need to know who this person identifies as.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to take a school? It's a real life fairy tale.
Like Rapunzel. Yep. So, I'm not even going to try to spell Rapunzel, but maybe that'll be next episode. So let's cross... So let's cross Mother off our list. And let's go Sarah. Okay, so that's the only time her daughter is mentioned. Family. 2 new videos.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything, though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Completely useless. Next.
No. It was just me and her. It was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
I'm sure it is. Okay. Florence. One video we haven't seen. So we're going to mark out family and Florence. And watch this video.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
She was you. Yep. Alright, I want to try one thing that I haven't wrote down. Whoops, that's because it's spelled wrong, Lance. Hey, 2 on death. And one of them from our mystery scrubs lady.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Except for Eve.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed. Was still pretty sick of the STD.
STD?
Yeah, I came down one morning. They were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognize them.
Of course they did. That's why you grabbed them.
And there's no way you would have picked that.
So I'm adding STD and mushrooms
But
to
the
this
police believe
list.
that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
All right. Oh, hello. Yeah, that was something. I thought it was. So, we're gonna call it there because this episode's actually been going by a long time by my little voice capture here. So, I will see you guys next time where we will further unravel this mystery. How are we doing? Oh, look at that. It's filling in, ladies and gents. I'll see you guys later. Peace.